Hello and welcome to my channel Mains Gains. It's great to have you here. My name is Christian Quartermain and I am a student dietitian studying a master's degree in nutrition and dietetics at the University of Nottingham. Alongside this, I am a qualified personal trainer. I am bringing you videos on the most up-to-date content regarding nutrition and how you can apply that nutrition to either your fitness goals or your health goals. I will also be bringing video content on training programs that can be tailored to your specific goals in the gym, as well as some training techniques and training tips. And with that all said, let's jump into today's video. Today we will be continuing with Metabolic Mondays, and in this series of Metabolic Mondays we have been looking at key organs and their relationship with energy metabolism. In this video specifically, we are continuing on with adipose tissue in part 2. Let's revisit the contents page. Last week we looked at what and where adipose tissue is situated in the body. We then looked at adipose tissue's role in metabolism. This week we are going to delve in further and use some of that information from last week and try to understand the impact adipose tissue then has on your body utilizing substrates, brackets food. And finally, we will use the information from part 1 and part 2 and try and apply it to your fitness goals. We will not apply everything, we'll not go over every little detail, but a few crumbs, some of the information from the previous slides, and I will give you a direct approach to how you can apply this information to your fitness goals or to your everyday healthy lifestyles. With that said, let's move into the first slide on today's video. The impact this has on your body utilizing substrates, brackets food. The body needs dietary fats, even when you're in a calorie deficit and trying to burn fat. When I was younger, I would envision that if I was in a weight loss phase, I would want to burn fat, right? You want to lose that fat. So surely I don't want to eat fat because that's the thing I'm trying to lose. And I would get certain metaphors thrown at me to try and help me understand why we needed fat in our diet. The one that stuck out to me was if I imagined my body was like a car, and a car needs fuel. If it doesn't get fuel, it doesn't run properly. Our bodies are the same. They need fuel to run properly. And I think that metaphor worked well for calories in general because calories is what gives the energy. But I wasn't so sure about it with regards to fat in particular, because in my head I'm thinking, well, the optimal fuel source for us is carbohydrate to get us through our workouts. It stores in our muscles. And the other source would be protein, because we need protein to build our muscle mass. It's helpful for our organs, for our immune system. But how you need to look at it is carbohydrate is a limited fuel source. So you're going to run out of that probably, depending on what you're doing as you work out or what you're doing in the day or how much, of course, you're eating. You're going to run out of carbohydrate. And once you have depleted your glycogen stores in the liver and in your skeletal muscle, once that carbohydrate's gone, then you need an alternative fuel source. And this is where fat is good, because we don't want to burn protein, mainly because we don't want to burn the muscle mass. But more importantly, if our glucose levels are running dangerously low and we have no fat and all we've got instead is protein, once we start burning into our protein, that's it. Like, we're not going to live for very long, because it's going to break down organs, it's going to break down our immune system. So having fat in our diet is important because we can store fat in abundance. We can store it in adipose tissue. The other thing with fat is it keeps certain hormones regulating properly. Adipose tissue in particular secretes a hormone called leptin, and if leptin levels are too low, this could potentially impact a female's ability to get pregnant. So adipose tissue creates its own hormone, and it releases it, sends it to the brain, when it's in the brain, it's letting the brain know that it has enough adipose tissue, everything's swell, we've got enough energy here stored to reproduce, and then obviously to take care of the infant, breastfeeding, for example. When we're in a weight loss phase, and if while during that weight loss phase we're losing adipose tissue rapidly, quite quickly, or we've been in a weight loss phase for quite a long time and you've been losing adipose tissue over a long duration, leptin levels will decrease in the brain, and your brain will respond to this. It'll have like some sort of defense mechanism where it will send signals to your stomach, for example. It'll make you feel hungrier. It will slow down your metabolic rate. It will stop you fidgeting as much. And this is all, that's to prevent you from burning calories. Because your brain doesn't think, oh yeah, I'm going through an 8-week process, I'm leaning up, I want to look good, I want to look shredded in the mirror, and then after that I'm going to go to maintenance, so everything will be fine. It just thinks, oh my goodness, I'm losing a lot of adipose tissue, I need this energy, we're going to starve, what do I do? We've got to stop this process, I've got to disrupt this process. So this is why it's quite a stressful process, losing weight. Your body doesn't naturally want to lose weight. The other thing fat does is it helps the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins, such as vitamin A, D, E, and K. The body needs all the vitamins as they are cogs that keep everything ticking. There will be a future series on vitamins and their role in biochemistry. We looked at vitamins and minerals in first year, in one of the modules. The deeper I delved into micronutrients and how the biochemistry works, it was very complex. The best way I can simplify it is it's almost like a recycling sort of mechanism. You'll have like vitamin C, for example, it goes through this whole process where it kind of reacts with other things, and then that kind of shifts on to another cog, which will be like selenium, and then that kind of, they work together, and then that makes this and that makes that, and it's just to keep the body running efficiently, ticking over. If you are lacking or deficient in one of these minerals, it then stops that process, and things go bad. So vitamins, minerals, I think they can be quite underrated. They are, they're necessary. Have your micronutrients. Adipose tissue is a place for energy to go when there is excess. This energy can then be used in the future when our body's demands for energy exceeds its intake. In brackets, when burning more calories than eating. So I've kind of already touched on this, saying that when we deplete our glycogen stores, we'll then move on to adipose tissue, and fat will be used as an energy source. If you look at it like, if you look back to our ancestors, when we were kind of cavemen, Neanderthals, we used to hunt for our food, we used to be hunter-gatherers, and we would go long periods without a meal. And that's why adipose tissue is important, because when we did consume a meal, we didn't just want to use all that in one go. There was no need for that. So it was better to have it stored somewhere so that when we needed to eat again, we had plenty of time to go and hunt for that, because we'd go days without food. Our bodies were designed for, to fast, not to eat 4 or 5 times a day. And unfortunately, evolution hasn't kind of caught up with the 21st century, where we can now get food in abundance, where we can go to Tesco's or we can go and get fast food. And because of that, we are consuming a lot more energy than we were designed to consume. And that's why there's a lot of problems like obesity and diabetes that just keep growing and growing and growing. Anyway, moving on to the final slide now. So we're finally here, the slide you've been waiting for, applying this information to your fitness goals or even your health goals. I'm hoping from the previous slides you've already taken some information away and you're going to apply that. But in this final slide, I'm going to give you a direct approach to why this information is important and why it's useful in your training or just overall health. So we're going to look at leptin again, because that's what I spoke about in the last slide, and what it says here is when leptin levels are low, the body will do things subconsciously to conserve energy, for example, lack of twitching, fidgeting, slow down metabolic rate, etc. I said all this on the previous slide, and it's important to know this information because it is a defense mechanism if the body is losing weight too rapidly. This is one of the reasons why not to lose too much weight too quickly. If you're in a weight loss phase, try and lose approximately 1% of your body weight per week. It will also do this if the body continues to lose weight over a long period of time, which is why it's best to only be in a calorie deficit for so long, approximately 8 to 12 weeks. So for myself, as an example, I am going on a weight loss phase after the new year. I've got 3 stone to lose. What I'm going to be doing is doing it in a paced manner. I'm not going to be rushing this because you don't want to be burning about 4 pounds a week or 5 pounds a week or something ridiculous like that, because your body will respond to that. It will defend itself. It's too much to lose at once. Your brain will send out signals to your, to basically make you hungrier, to make you stop fidgeting, to slow things down, and you will struggle to continue that weight loss journey. And the same is for being on a weight loss phase for too long. If you're in a weight loss phase for over 12 weeks, it will get harder and harder, because after losing so much adipose tissue, the buildup of that after so many weeks, your body will respond and defend itself, and it will use the defenses I spoke about on the previous slide. So it's better to do about 8 to 12 weeks and then stop, have a break, go to, some personal trainers, gym instructors will have said, go to maintenance phase for about a month, let your body reset. When they're saying that, they're saying not only leptin, but other hormones get disrupted, which causes a lot of stress on your body. They are telling you to go to maintenance phase to allow your body to stop being in this stress so that your body can then adapt to the new weight that you have achieved. You can reset the hormones that are being disrupted so they start to be run efficiently again. They get regulated efficiently again. Leptin levels can go back up, so your brain calms down and thinks, okay, I've got enough leptin in my brain, we've got enough adipose tissue, we're fine. So to reiterate that, going to maintenance calories after a weight loss phase is helpful to reduce the stress on the body and allows it to regulate hormones properly again. Once it's been about a month, the body will have adapted to the new weight you are at. If you wanted to lose more fat, then repeat the 8 to 12 weeks again. So going back to me as an example, I've got 3 stone I want to lose. That's going to take time. If I follow this piece of advice, in the first weight loss phase that lasts 8 to 12 weeks, if I go for 12 weeks, I'll burn between 12 and 18 pounds. I will then take a break for a month to allow my body time to reset. I still have more weight I want to lose, so I will then go back on the weight loss phase after about a month or so. On saying that, 8 weeks is an optimal time frame for a weight loss phase to last, as it limits the stress on your body, limits the stress psychologically, will prevent you from hitting plateaus, and will limit the breakdown of muscle mass. So the less time you're in a calorie deficit, the better it is for your body and the stress on your body. So obviously, if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to do something ridiculous like 2 or 3 weeks. You want to be in a weight loss phase for a significant period of time to actually lose some weight. But for an optimal response, you want to do about 8 weeks for stress on your body, for stress psychologically. So if you're just interested in losing weight for health purposes, like you're obese, this is why about 8 to 12 weeks at a time is good. If you're more interested in body composition, for aesthetic purposes, lean muscle mass, you don't want to break down your muscle mass, it's optimal to do it for about 8 weeks and not much longer than that, because when you're in a calorie deficit for a long period of time, it's inevitable that your body will start breaking down muscle mass. You want to limit that, so the less amount of time you're in a calorie deficit, the less likely you're going to burn muscle mass. It's better to do 8 weeks, take a break, go back to maintenance, then do it again. And with that all said, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you have learned something from today's video, and if you have, and if you enjoyed the content, I'd really appreciate a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that too. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.